finally, new rule, if you think your job is just to tell people what they want to hear, you're not a journalist. You're a wedding DJ. For years, I've complained about the media only telling half the story, lying by omission when they leave out the part that doesn't feed their narrative. A couple of weeks ago, Fox News and the New York Post committed the clearest example of this I've ever seen when they described my editorial of September 26, where I called for a grand bargain between the far left and the far right, but completely left out the far right part. The Post headline was, Bill Maher calls for a return to old America, tells left to scale back radical ideology, smug self-righteousness, all of which is true. I said that and I stand by it. But I thought, shouldn't you have also put the other half of what I said in your headline? Well, I guess you'll get to it in the article. But you didn't do that either, you fucking liars. I know the right likes disappearing people now, but I'm not going to let you disappear my point. And this is what happens after every show, and not just on Fox News, and not just on the right. Ironically, because the blue sky crowd hates me for calling them out on, yes, their voluminous bullshit. They also will sometimes just print my critique of the left because they want people to think I'm a conservative. You are fucking liars, too. Here's a test. Let's see who reports what I'm saying now. No, they won't, because it's just so easy not to. If a truth falls in the algorithm, does it make a sound? The Fox News New York Post piece even went so far as to giddily recount all the places I carved up the woke, and then had the balls to write, wrapping up his monologue, Maher warned liberals that if they keep pushing radical progressive policies, those in power may never give that power back. Yeah, I said that, and I believe that. But that's not how I wrapped up my monologue. Look, I have it here. I have it. That sentence came here, top of page 2. What about this part? The part that starts with, which brings me to my friends on the right. What happened to that part? Here, let me read a chunk to you. To my friends on the right, I say, an authoritarian police state is not going to work for you either. Do you know what a drag it is to actually have to run a police state? Because half the population is seething, while all the time you know, down deep, that they're right about America becoming something it never was and never should be. What happened to that part? I don't want a retraction from you. I want an addition. Leaving that part out would be like reviewing the movie Jaws and saying, it ends with 3 men who go fishing but don't catch anything. Now, I know why you do this. Short answer, because you're cowards. Because you know if you print the part that challenges your audience, you will get angry tweets and texts, not to mention dirty looks at the Lee Greenwood concert. But, you know, there is a new spirit taking hold in the media, and I think in the country itself, a spirit of, let's cut the bullshit on both sides, shall we? And I'm proud this show has been a part of fostering that. Why don't you jump on the bandwagon? Because the model you're working now isn't making you or your readers look good. If you need every story in your feed to be my team wins, and here's why my side is the good one, you're weak and deliberately keeping yourself ignorant. And yes, that goes for both sides. But conservatives, I thought you were the strong people who laughed at safe spaces. But you can't even read what I really said unless mommy promises you it has a happy ending? Guys, we may not be heading for a happy ending, and one reason is you keeping people in their information ghettos, which fosters hate and division and makes you nothing more than a human algorithm. And algorithms are, as much as anything, what keeps this country so fucked up. I can't tell you exactly how they work because I'm not a virgin. And I'm not a Bond villain who's on the spectrum, but I know it's an evil gremlin that lives inside our phones and that it knows what you watch, what you like, what you click, what you buy, what you jerk off to, what you comment on. It knows all that and then it owns you. If you like it and love it, it gives you more of it. And so you become a very boring, intellectually stunted, predictable person. The good news is, I have a way to break out of this. No, not by throwing your phone away. No one would do that. But there's a better way. Fuck with the algorithm. Fuck with it. Stop. Yeah. Stop letting it pigeonhole you. It's so easy. Just click on something you normally wouldn't. If you're a liberal, search for Morgan Wallen tickets. Order a set of shot glasses that looks like a rifle. Ask Google how to reattach a finger after a bottle rocket accident. And if you're a conservative, go to a site that recaps the latest episode of RuPaul's Drag Race. Order a black lady church hat on Amazon. Buy the Ruth Bader Ginsburg Halloween costume. And soon enough, your algorithm will start treating you like a more well-rounded, open-minded person, and who knows, then maybe you'll actually become one.